old man just called me up.
He's expecting you.
What?
Hello, welcome to Premier Scene. I'm Claire Bueno as the con is definitely on at the World Premiere of Gambit.
This is a story of Harry Dean, a long-suffering employee of multi-billionaire Lionel Shavendor.
Have a look at these.
You're very much the driving force behind this film being made, aren't you?
Is that what somebody told you?
It is, and I've read it as well.
Oh, good.
It's a labour of love that you've wanted to get this film remade.
Yeah, it is, and it took a long time, but I think it's worth it.
And the Coen Brothers have written this particular script.
Yes.
What was it what's the beauty of their writing that you wanted them to be involved?
Have you seen the picture?
I have, yes.
Well, what they did was, as you can see, we didn't remake Gambit. What we did was a movie inspired by it, and I'm a huge fan of theirs. I've always been a huge fan of theirs, and I knew they would bring something original and far out to it, and they did. You know, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I have a feeling it's going to entertain a lot of people.
What I picked up from the film, that there is a definite Coen Brothers feel about it, yet it also feels a very British comedy. Is that what you wanted?
Yes, I mean, if you remember the Blake Edwards movies, you know, and Stanley Donen and those movies from the 60s, we tried to keep that tone and style.
Now he would have his revenge. His plan relied on a fake painting and a real cowgirl.
How would you like to make £500,000?
Yep.
It's a great screenplay.
Yeah, it is a great screenplay. Really funny.
There's a simplicity to the story, but yet it's got real intelligence as well, hasn't it?
I mean, I think they do. I think that it's impossible for the Coen Brothers material not to be intelligent, and then you work with actors like this who are very bright as well. And I think that, yeah, the intelligence is going to come through. And I think it's one of the things that makes it distinctive, that it's funny, but there's, you know, you can feel kind of good about watching it. Yeah.
And for you as a director, is it a joy watching the actors just play this clever dialogue out on set?
Well, I suppose that for me, one of the big challenge was, I'm not the Coen Brothers, so I have to figure out how do you make a Coen Brothers script, and it's not, but without sort of just doing things that aren't the Coen Brothers. So, you know, trying to find this sort of retro approach, this sort of farcical, you know, world that was distinctive and individual, that was a real challenge. But then that was incredibly fun, and all the actors kind of went along. We all figured out what tone we were working in, what world we wanted to create, and everybody was kicking in the same direction.
And as well, it's got a very British feel as well, hasn't it?
Well, I think, again, strangely enough, that comes down to the Coens' strange ability to channel this world. You know what? It's a British feel, but it's really the feel of a British comedy. In what it's a little bit of the Goon Show, a little bit of the Pythons, a little bit of Carry On movies, a little bit of Ealing comedy. You know, and they're kids from Minnesota, and they just channel that.
Hey, Grandma!
Good God.
These nice people want to take a picture in the house.
Straight? Beautiful work. You'll never suspect it was a fake. Monet's haystacks. For years now, Shavendor has been seeking it with a passion. Haystacks dusk.
Your line is so important in the film, you can't put a price on dignity. Is that the heart of the story for you?
Oh, did I say, was that my line?
It's one of your lines.
Oh, good, I'm glad you remembered one of my lines.
And your part really is pivotal in the film.
I probably was making fun of him or something, was I?
No, it was. I think it was summing up, towards the end of the film, it kind of summed up what the whole story was about.
Oh, how sweet. Because we did get on very well.
Yeah, it was a
lot of fun. He's a bit big-headed since he's had an Oscar, but I managed to bring him down a bit.
Well, it takes a sir to do that. Thank you, Sir Tom.
I guess Harry here told you about this painting I'm aiming to unload.
Perhaps you might be my dinner companion.
Why, thank you.
Man's a bit of an idiot.
Oh, bugger me.
Why were you out on that ledge? And why are your pants hanging in a tree?
What interests me is the relationship between your character and Colin Firth's character and the breakdown of that relationship. Is that something that you discussed as actors before filming?
When you're working with Colin, you're working with somebody who works hard, reads the script, shares the decision making. So you're talking about it all the time, and it's a very honest process. So, and he's a good friend, so it's a pleasure.
And your character, he's quite arrogant. So for you as an actor, how do you find the virtues in him, or what virtues did you see in him to portray him?
You can never ever judge characters that you play. So I can't even call him arrogant. He's just who he is. That's for you to say.
The man we're dealing with is not about mixing the professional with the personal. Oh.
Maybe I don't mind being seduced by a multi-zillionaire.
The man is a helpless ignoramus.
Watch out!
Can I just ask for both of you, please, whether the premise of the story is a journey of self-discovery and self-worth for both of your characters?
No, I think it's a bit of a laugh. I mean, I think, yes, the setup is, the stakes are this man feels he's lost his dignity and he's trying to get it back. And I think that's the stuff of comedy right there, really. I think the embarrassed Englishman, and basically he foolishly tries to get this woman to help him reclaim all those things, and she is of no help whatsoever.
I got you by the short and curlies.
Excellent.
Let us get down.
This is bloody marvelous.
Well, as you can see, we certainly painted the town red here at the world premiere of Gambit. I'm Claire Bueno, and you're watching Premier Scene.
No problems then, sir?
Security was a little tough. Oh.
Not forgetting anything else, are we, sir?
No, I shouldn't think so.